I think there's a 3-step formula to ending unemployment. And if we are serious about ending unemployment in our country and the rest of the continent, then we need to look at these 3 things. Now, the first thing that we need to look at if we're serious about ending unemployment is skills development. And I'm not talking about certifications or qualifications. I'm talking about skills that you can use in exchange for money. I'm talking about trade skills, like being an artisan, like welding, like sewing clothes, like being able to create websites, like just skills that you can use and get paid for. Because if we want to end unemployment, how are we going to go about it if we don't have skills that we can utilize to combat this crisis? So a lot of our people go to universities and study saturated courses, and they graduate and they're surprised when they find that there's no employment. But if you've got a skill, the worst possible place you can be in with the skill is self-employed. If you've got a skill, you can be self-employed and make your living in that way. So I think we need to develop skills at individual capacities, but also our education system needs to cater for that. I think that a lot of parents are allowing their insecurities to affect their children. Not all of us are gifted the same way. Some kids are really great when it comes to using their hands, and some kids struggle with comprehension and arithmetic. That doesn't mean a child that struggles with arithmetic and language, that doesn't mean that that child is stupid. You may find that they're extremely gifted when it comes to using their hands. So that's something that I feel like parents need to look at and cater for, even, at young ages. I mean, what's wrong with a kid going to grade 9? Because a lot of kids struggle in high school, and that's not to say they're stupid. You find that if they went to TVET colleges and they, studied trade skills, they would do well for themselves in life. But our education system, especially, I think this is something that parents need to look at. If you know that your child is struggling with arithmetic and comprehension, send them to a TVET university, and you may find that they're gifted, they can use their hands to create things, and thus create skills that allow them to make a living. But I feel like, this one brush paints all methodology that we use is messed up, because kids are not the same. But the first part of the puzzle, if we want to solve the unemployment crisis in our country, is skills development, and this from a young age. So I feel like it's important for parents to have this knowledge and allow their kids to develop skills outside of the classroom. Right? Not everyone is gifted in the classroom. Some people struggle with arithmetic and calculations and language, right? Comprehension and arithmetic. So those kids are not stupid, but we make them feel stupid because of the education system that we have. We need to allow kids to develop skills outside of the classroom, trade skills, so that they can then go out there and make something of themselves. Now, the second part for me in this equation of ending unemployment is entrepreneurship. I think that entrepreneurs are going to solve a lot of the world's problems. And when you have built a skill and you've developed a skill, you can then, let's say baking, let's say you decide your skill is baking and you master that craft and you are self-employed as a baker. The next phase automatically becomes entrepreneurship. You start a small business using your skill. Now, in the beginning, you won't have money to hire people, but you can train some people and bring them on board so that they work with you. You teach them your craft. They maintain the quality of your work. They maintain the quality that you are able to create. And when you are able to do that, you can bring in people and train them so that you can focus on certain aspects that allow you to grow the business. So from skills development, you then start a business, a small business, and you train a few people and bring them aboard, and then you grow that business in that manner. So it's skills development, that's the first one. Number two, it's entrepreneurship. Use your skill to start a business. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but the fact is small businesses are the backbone of any country's economy. So if you start a small business and are able to assist your community are able to create employment and to hire certain people, then that allows you to contribute to society and to expand your wealth, to grow your wealth as well. So the second phase would be entrepreneurship. We need people that have skills to start businesses. We cannot all be employees. So that's the second phase, right? And then the last phase for me is collaboration. Once you have a skill and you use that skill to start a business, you can then collaborate with other parties to help you grow that business into a much bigger and better business. And guys, like, the collaboration phase, that's when you can then bring in investors, people who can support you, people who can bring in money and help you grow your business in that manner. Or you bring in different skill sets. You give out equity, you give people shares that can come into your business and help it grow. So you give equity, you invite players that are going to help you grow your business, and you can create even more employment. Collaboration phase, that's the phase where you take your business from a small business and you can turn it into a mega business. But that's the cure for me. If we want to end unemployment as a crisis, we need skills. Skills development needs to be our core focus. Entrepreneurship needs to be our core focus. And collaboration needs to be our core focus as well. If we combine these three things, then we have a chance of ending unemployment. Guys, these are my thoughts for today. And comment down below, man. Just add what you think. What can we do to end the unemployment crisis in our country, South Africa, and the rest of the continent, and ultimately to the rest of the world? These are my thoughts. Thank you for joining me. Cheers. God willing, I will see you in the next one.